Today we're going to work on lesson 19 problem set that is applying the distributive property to decompose units. So remember, the distributive property is where everybody is sharing something, and then the decomposing means that we're taking something apart or breaking it apart. So let's get started. Number 1 says label the array, then fill in the blanks to make true number sentences. So to do that, we have letter A is 36 divided by 3. 36 divided by 3 is broken down into 30 divided by 3 and 6 divided by 3. You can see that 30 divided by 3 is representing the top array, and 6 divided by 3 is the bottom array. And we're using 30 and 6 because 30 plus 6 is 36. So, what is 30 divided by 3? Well, if I have 30 objects, it looks like I have 3 in each row, so that gives me 10 rows. So 30 divided by 3 is 10, and I can think of it backwards, that 10 times 3 equals 30. What is 6 divided by 3? Well, 6 total divided by 3 in each row equals 2 rows. So I'm going to use those numbers to help me out with my equations in the box. I have 36 divided by 3 equals 30 divided by 3 plus 6 divided by 3. You can't forget about that plus in there because I'm adding my top array with my bottom array. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 6 divided by 3, we said up above, was 2. And then 10 plus 2 equals 12. So that means all the way back up here at the beginning that 36 divided by 3 equals 12. You'll notice as we keep going that we have more blanks to fill in for our problems. 25 divided by 5 is our next one. To solve 25 divided by 5, I'm using 20 divided by 5 and 5 divided by 5. 20 divided by 5 equals 4. They told us that one. 5 divided by 5 equals 1. 5 total divided by 5 in each row equals 1 row. Let's use those numbers to fill in our equations. 25 divided by 5 equals 20 divided by 5 plus 5 divided by 5. 20 divided by 5 we were told was 4. 5 divided by 5 we figured out was 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. So that means that 25 divided by 5 equals 5. And I didn't say this on the last one because we haven't practiced our 12s yet, but I've practiced my 5s, so I can check to see if my answer's right by multiplying 5 times 5 equals 25. And if that's right, then I know I've got my answer correct. "28 divided by 4. To solve 28 divided by 4, I'm going to use 20 divided by 4 and something divided by 4. So, 20 divided by 4 is 5, if you remember that one from problem B. And what's my something, or my total, that I'm dividing by 4? 8. I have 8 total divided by 4. 8 divided by 4 equals 2. 8 total divided by 4 in each row equals 2 rows. Alright, let's fill in our blanks below. You'll notice that most of the time our blanks from up here correspond with our blanks from down here. I was already given 20 divided by 4, and I had blank divided by 4. So what did I put in that blank up here? 8. And that's what I'm going to put in my blank down here. Okay, so don't let that confuse you. So now I'm doing 28 divided by 4 equals 20 divided by 4 plus 8 divided by 4. At the top we said that 20 divided by 4 equaled 5. So I'm going to write my 5 underneath of that equation. We also said 8 divided by 4 equals 2. So I'm going to write my 2. See how I wrote an 8, a 5, and a 2? 8, a 5, and a 2? I'm using my blanks from up here to fill in my blanks down here. Finally, 5 plus 2 equals 7. So that means that 28 divided by 4 equals 7. If you feel like you can, go ahead and try part D on your own. If you're still wanting some work and some help, you can keep going with me. 32 divided by 4. What are we using for our top array? What divided by 4? We are using 20 divided by 4. And I've used that 2 times already, so I remember that 20 divided by 4 equals 5. If you can't remember that, then you can look at your array. You have 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 divided into 4 in each row equals 5 rows. What is my total for my bottom array? Well, I can count by 3s, or I can count by 4s. 3, 6, 9, 12. My total is 12. And since I was counting by 3s or 4s, if I'm dividing by 4, I know my answer is 3. Let's fill in the blanks below. 32 divided by 4 equals blank divided by 4 plus blank divided by 4. Well, I know I'm going to use my numbers that I wrote up here to fill in my numbers down here. I had 20 divided by 4 up here and 12 divided by 4 here. So I'm going to write my 20 and my 12. I also already know my answers. 20 divided by 4 I said was 5, and 12 divided by 4 I said was 3. So I'm just taking the information that I've already done and I'm rewriting it in the box. 5 plus 3 equals 8. So that means that 32 divided by 4 equals 8. All right, let's remember this strategy and apply it to our problems down here after we match the equal expressions. So we're going to match the buckets and the beach balls. Notice that the buckets have a division expression and the beach balls have our decomposed distributive property. So if I'm looking at my beach balls, I see that some of them are divided by 3 and some of them are divided by 2. So I automatically know that my 3s are going to go with my 3s and my 2s are going to go with my 2s. So that makes it nice. Now all I have to do is look at my beginning number. Because remember, those beginning numbers are my total, because division always starts with my total. So, if I'm starting with my total up here, I need my numbers to be the same as my totals. Let's practice. I have 24 divided by 2. So I know I'm looking for a divided by 2 beach ball. Now I need to look for which beach ball is going to give me 24. If I have 20 and 6, and remember I'm only looking at the beginning numbers because my divided by 2's I've already matched. So now I can just look at my 24, my 20, and 6. Well, 20 plus 6 doesn't give me 24, so I'm going to look at my other beach ball. 20 plus 4 is 24. So I'm going to match my first pail to my last beach ball. See if you can use that strategy to match the other 3 buckets and beach balls. Okay, so if you matched them and you paused, welcome back. If you're still working with me, then let's keep talking through these. If my next bucket says 36 divided by 3, which beach ball am I looking for? I'm looking for a divided by 3, so it's either this one or this one. Now I need to look at my totals. I need to find 36. I don't need to look at my 3's anymore because I know that I've already matched those. So now I'm just looking at my totals. 36. Well, let's look at the other one just to make sure. 39. So I'm matching my first beach ball with my second pail. Now, my next pail is a divided by 3. So I have to match it with a beach ball that's a divided by 3. Don't just match it because it's the last one. Double check to make sure that it's right. My totals are 30 and 9, 39. So those two definitely match. My last pail is a divided by 2. And I know that I have a divided by 2 beach ball left. Now, my totals, 20 plus 6, 26. How did you do? Great. Let's move on to problem 3. Neil draws the array below to find the answer to 24 divided by 2. Explain Neil's strategy. Well, let's look at what he did here. He's trying to solve 24 divided by 2. So what did he do? He started with 24, and he has 2 in each row. Let's look back up to the top. I want to make my problem look like this one, where I have number sentences off to the side and an equation in the box. So let's write equations next to our top and bottom arrays. What's my equation going to be for my top array? Well, my total is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 divided by 2. And I know it has to be a divided by 2 because of my divided by 2 in my problem. 12 divided by 2 equals 6. There are 6 rows. Now let's write our division sentence for the bottom array. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Well, that's neat. It's the same. So 12 divided by 2 equals 6. So his strategy was to break apart his array into 2 smaller facts. So now let's use our equations. I'm going to scoot over a little bit and give myself just a little bit more room to write. Excuse me. 24 divided by 2 equals. Remember, we're adding our 2 number sentences. 12 divided by 2 plus 12 divided by 2. 24 divided by 2 equals, what did we say 12 divided by 2 was? 6 plus 6. 24 divided by 2 equals 6 plus 6 is 12. So, we explained his strategy by showing how to solve the problem using his method. Sometimes you can explain using words, and sometimes you can explain using equations and pictures. If you would like to add an explanation to this by typing that he broke apart his array into smaller arrays to make it easier to solve, you certainly can. Thanks for following along with me today. Hopefully this helped clear up any confusions that you may have had and gave you a little bit of extra practice to make you feel more comfortable. This is a strategy that you're definitely going to need to know whenever we keep going with what we're working on. So if you need extra practice, you can go back and you can watch this video again just to follow along and kind of answer the questions as you go to give yourself a little bit more practice. Don't forget to save M1L19, and we will catch you with lesson 20.